UFC fight picks recap. Did I nail these predictions? Ilia versus Charles. Before we get into my UFC fight recap, let me ask you this. Ilia Topuria or Charles Oliveira? Who takes it? We've got power versus precision, youth versus experience, undefeated confidence versus legendary grit. Think about that while I break down my picks from this last card, and stick around to hear who I'm picking at the end. Here are the fighters I picked to win. Let's see how I did. Jamie Lynn Horth by decision. Spot on. Philip Rowe by late TKO. Again, spot on, although he had trouble early on. Ricky Simone with a heavy wrestling game plan by solid unanimous decision. Again, right on the money. Jose Ocha, I said by decision, but his KO was very fun to watch. Malcolm Willmaker by KO. Again, right on the money. Honest to God, didn't see Chris having any chance, and he did not. I picked Court McGee, but that's because he reminds me of the old days, and I really just don't like Chiesa. Nothing personal, I just never really liked him. And honestly, they both looked horrible and need to retire. No disrespect, but Father Time is undefeated, especially in this sport. Okay, I picked Paul Craig, and I'm going to say it. He won because I've heard of the Brazilian tap-out, but never heard of the Brazilian knockout. Rodolfo should be ashamed of himself. He clearly decided to pretend, yes, pretend, to be knocked out. So Paul Craig via forfeit. I picked Sai to win. Obviously he didn't, lost via unanimous decision, but this was terrible. Sai looked way too timid and couldn't find his distance or timing. And Alonzo figured out way too late Sai wasn't going to use his size to keep him at range and punish him. I had Mansour via unanimous decision, spot on, although this fight was more competitive than I thought it would be. Again, weird ending, but I thought the judges got it right. I picked Cody Garbrandt, but Ranoni easily won. Cody just looks lost in there these days and has never seemed to be able to recover from his loss to TJ. I honestly believe he could regain that confidence he used to have and be a contender for the title, but I know I'm alone in that thinking. I did pick Edmund over Andre via TKO, but a unanimous decision win isn't bad either. A win is a win. Rose versus Miranda. This fight was fun. We got to see vintage Rose against the motivated Miranda. These two came out and got right to it. Loved every second. Super happy Rose won, but I do think Miranda is going to come back stronger now having hard in-cage experience against a former two-time champion. I know they used to train together, but in the octagon with a crowd present is a whole different experience. Kamaru versus Buckley. I was super happy to see Kamaru shut up the haters with a blowout, then got on the mic and said, "Shut the fuck up about my knees." 2-year layoff and comes back with a dominant performance. The first round reminded me of Usman versus Tyrone Woodley. He got the takedown within the first minute, held him against the cage, and beat the brakes off of him. Second round, same thing. But I loved Buckley's tenacity. That dude kept smiling, blood dripping down his face, and kept making small changes due to the brilliant advice from his corner, and by the end of round 5, it was a different fight. I think Buckley, like Miranda, will come back a lot stronger from this experience and keep climbing the ladder. Alright, that's my full recap. Now back to where we started. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Who do you got? Drop your pick in the comments. Me, I'll save my breakdown for the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you're into this kind of no bullshit MMA talk. Catch you next time.